The following podcast is brought to you by Astro Panda Productions. For more information or to find other great shows, visit astropandaproductions.com or visit the Astro Panda Productions page on blogtalkradio.com.
Hello and welcome back to the Pop Collectors Alliance, episode 10, Funko Making Fun for the Fans. This is the only podcast dedicated to returning collecting to the pop collector. I'm your host, Rick, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, the Beard of Authority, Piper.
Everyone's so angry about Bugs Bunny. Can we start off with that? Is that how we're going to start this episode that way?
Actually, yeah, exactly. I put that in there at the last minute. If you didn't know, Target's doing the 9 Fridays of Forever. I don't know what, I think they have a name for it, but I really don't care.
It's 8 weeks of Funko.
There you go. 9 Fridays for Forever. Exactly. Funko Forever. Hashtag 9 Fridays for Funko Forever. I'm just coming up with a better name for it. But a special note to everybody out there in the Alliance, and something that's the most important hunting tip that you could probably ever write down. So I'm going to let you walk away from your headphones or keep them on with your iPhone or whatever device you're using. Walk across the room, get a pad and a pen, and write this down. If you hunt for Funko Pop and you are an avid collector, it is essential, Piper, say it with me, essential that you go into all of the places, Target, Walmart, the Funko Pop shop, every place that allows you to put a quick checkout in and set up a quick checkout. Now, if you're one of these people that wears a tin hat and thinks that the government's looking over you through your window and you don't want to put your information out there, then you just got a tough luck, man. Sorry, it's not going to happen. Because every collector I know that is passionate about collecting has a fast checkout set up everywhere. 2 clicks, they're done. They don't care if you get it or not. They're done in 10 seconds. What are you doing? 30 seconds? 187 Westbury Lane. Oh, it's sold out. Oh, never mind. So get with it.
And that's why we both got Bugs Bunny and everyone else didn't.
We were very lucky to get that. Because it did sell out in, 4 minutes, 5 minutes?
Yeah, it was 4 minutes, and then it restocked later on in the day, and then it sold out again in 1 minute.
Yeah, and I was trying to explain to people in a group I'm a member of that typically what Target or other larger retail stores do is that their inventory system can't keep up with the fact that people were buying 7 here, 12 here. I mean, there was no limit on it. You could only put 5 in your cart at a time. But there was really no limit on this, I don't think. I think every week they've put a 1 or 2 pop limit on these. And this time it was hey, you want Bugs Bunny? We haven't been selling out in 5 minutes on everything else. So we know that we're going to sell out if we sell to flippers right away. So here you go. Take as many as you like. So it lasted 4 minutes, but they couldn't keep up with it. And a lot of times what they do at these larger retail stores is once they sell out of everything and they verify that they shipped all that stuff out, what they do is they then come back, add all the items that weren't purchased or were lost in the checkout procedure or failed to check out. And that's why it went away quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So in closing, if you've written all that down on a piece of paper, I'm proud of you. But the only thing you really need to remember is set up a fast checkout everywhere. Let Big Brother have one of your credit card numbers or your debit card number.
You need a burner credit card.
Or a burner phone.
Well, I don't know how that would help here in this situation.
Yeah,
but
you're right. Exactly. It doesn't help. Just flashbacks. No, I'm joking.
I also want to take just a second to give a little shout out. We now have our first official sponsor. It's a company called Stick-A-Con, and they make vinyl stickers for people that go to comic book and horror conventions specifically. But now all of our stickers are going to be provided by these guys. So name of that company is Stick-A-Con if you ever need some stickers. Yay.
Thank you guys so much for doing that. And it's an awesome company. So check them out. We're glad to have everyone back, and every week we cover what we picked up this week. And man, last week was not a big week for me, but this week was a huge week for me. So I bought every box of Lord of the Rings mystery minis everywhere. No, I'm joking, but I bought a box of Lord of the Rings mystery minis from Hot Topic. You saw me open that, and this week I was lucky enough to get a box from Barnes and Noble, which I will be unboxing. As you guys know, I also received Series 1 of Game of Thrones, and you know my relentless pursuit to build that collection and how much heavy lifting I'm going to have to do to get everything in there. Those Freddie Jamie Lannisters are like $2,600 and like $3,000, $1,200 somewhere in there for both of those, the 1 in 12 and the 1 in 24 edition. So that's something I'm going to have to do at the end, but I still got a ways to go. So I'll do an unboxing video on that. I also picked up a bunch of mystery minis today and other blind boxes that weren't Funko related, but man, Hot Topic is having this stupendously amazing sale. If you're listening to this on Saturday, I think it ends on Saturday, but hey, you might still have time to run to the store. All of their blind bags and mystery boxes are 3 for $15, and all of their pop are 3 for $25. So take advantage of this sale right now. I think it's because they need to get rid of a lot of pop. Most of my stores are overflowing. Also, I picked up the Scary Terry in underwears from his bad dream on Rick and Morty.
Wait, what did I call it yesterday?
I forget what you said. What it was.
It was little spooky guy in panties.
Yeah, spooky guy in panties. Hashtag spooky guy in panties.
Oh, do we need that needs to be that's another shirt idea.
There you go. Spooky guy in panties. I got a Barnes and Noble Jasmine. Some of these are going to be on the Cost Plus shipping event. The next one, we'll get to that in a minute. I also today.
Is that the red glitter one?
Yeah, the translucent pants one, which I don't get it. It looks cooler than the common, but it's just one of those things like, so you have translucent pants. It was the weird Melisandre thing that they did too.
I like that Melisandre one though.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it, but the weird thing about it is the paint jobs were so messed up on a lot of those because they just painted over the translucent areas, so you'd have a spot that they missed on her face, and it was just see through. It's like see through my face. Like she's trying to turn invisible. My son found his first chase in the wild, so I was very proud of him. He came up and he was smiling and grinning ear to ear. I'll probably put a picture of that up on the website or in the show notes, but he found a Five Nights at Freddy, a sinister location, and I forget the name of what it is, but anyways, you'll see the picture on the website. So that was really awesome for him. So congratulations, Noah. And then I ended everything with the Mad Max mystery box from Hot Topic. My wife loves that movie, Mad Max Fury Road, and so we've went back and tried to get everything there. So hopefully we can get most of those mystery minis. Really a eventful week of hunting. What'd you get, Piper?
So I'm in the middle of writing an article about my newfound obsession, but I bought a lot of Dorbs. And I've stated before that I thought Dorbs were dumb, but something in my soul has made me start buying Dorbs. So that's pretty much what I bought this week. I had some hot cash that I needed to burn. It was like the last day of the hot cash. So I was like, what am I going to get? And there was nothing I needed, like no pops that I wanted or anything like that. There's just online, they just didn't have much. And it was late at night. It was like at 11 o'clock or something like that. So I was like, I'm going to go on the website. So I started going through and I bought a bunch of Dorbs. They were all the Hot Topic, like the limited edition, the 5,000 quantity.
Oh, nice.
So I got the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. I got Hot Girl, the Predator, the one that just came out recently.
Oh, the Masked Predator. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, the Masked Predator. He's all fancy. Is that glow in the dark? I don't think it is.
I don't think that one is, no.
No, that's not. But I did get the Black Panther one that is glow in the dark.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool variant. I like anything glow in the dark, though.
Yeah, me too. It's glow in the dark and flocked. I see those words on the box, and I'm like, oh, I'll take that. So I got that, and then I also ended up getting 11 in the hospital gown. So that was my Hot Topic pickup. And then I also, from GameStop, I ordered the Jason Unmasked Dorb, which is a GameStop exclusive. And then I also got the 8-bit Jason, the NES version. I ended up getting that as well.
Yeah, which is funny because I go into GameStop and I see 8 or 9 of those on the shelf, and knowing I have that pre-ordered at ThinkGeek and I can't get it because I gotta wait for my pre-order. I guess I could go buy it, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna wait. Just honor ThinkGeek, honor them, and buy it there.
Yeah. Yeah, I also ended up getting the creepy guy in panties as well. I forgot about that. I got that, and I also got Sailor Moon 3-pack.
Tuxedo Matt. I don't even know all of those people, but
yeah, I'm not. I haven't watched Sailor Moon in so long. I like the pops. I'm not familiar with the characters. I haven't watched the show since I was probably like 8.
Yeah, my wife has that entire set, and we plan to get them all. And now they're coming out with mystery minis. Just rake us over the coals, Funko. Just keep making stuff. It's like Harry Potter. Oh, I want to collect Harry Potter. Oh, that's great. Harry Potter Wave 1, Harry Potter Wave 2, Wave 3, Wave 4, Wave 5, Wave 6. Like, can I breathe? Please give me some breath here. It's like Game of Thrones. It's the same thing. Game of Thrones, wave after wave after wave. But I love it.
People are buying them, man. It's popular.
First world problems. That's what you say here on the podcast. Anything else?
I think that's all I've purchased.
Okay. Well, that both of us got a bundle of stuff this week. Just before we close out, I would like to retract something I said in a previous episode about Hero World. I was a little brutal on them, but man, I am a fan. Especially that Green Ranger 2-pack and the White Ranger 2-pack with the Megazord and the Dragon Zord. Man, they're awesome. And I also picked up the 5-pack of Teen Titans Go. And I wanted to buy more, but I was just like, God, you gotta, tame your wallet here. Come on. But the detail's nice. For some reason, I like the gap between the Dorb size and the Mystery Mini size. It's right in the middle there. Little statue figures and the boxes you can display them in. I mean, you can sit them on the shelf like that. I think I'm going to take out the Green and White Ranger and display them that way. But I'm always torn between being an in and out of the box guy. Most of the time I reserve out of the box for I get something shipped to me, like Hodor is a prime example. I got Hodor shipped to me and he's out of the box now because someone hit his box with a baseball bat at least 10 to 20 times. So
I'm guessing this is an assumed baseball bat attack and not like your neighbor busted in your house and like ran into your pop room.
Yeah, I'm looking for Hodor. I'm like, hold the door.
Where's that Hodor?
Hold the door. But yeah, you can put his box or any box for that matter that's damaged into a hard shelled pop protector, and sometimes it'll cover up a lot of blemishes. And that's a hunting tip I've never given out. If you go to a convention or you go anywhere like a pop swap or a local event where you have a seller there and he's trying to sell you a high dollar item and it's in a pop protector, a lot of people are scared to take it out. I would ask that you tell the person that's selling it to take it out of it for you. That way you're not going to damage it on the way out and they can't say something to you. Always take them out of those hard shell pop protectors, the stackable ones, because it can mask blemishes. Just a friendly reminder as we move forward. This week, the title of the episode was Funko Making Fun for the Fans. And I was torn. At first, I wanted to do maybe like a negative take on it because Funko Making Fun ... for flippers. That was my first title that I wanted to go for. And a lot of it's gimmicky sometimes with titles and you want to make someone appeal to it. But I decided to take the high road this week. And we know that there are people out there benefited off of being at this wonderful celebration of the fans and will profit off of it because they were there with their family and got 4 or 5 things. And then they went back and, sell it for $200. But we're here and we are always in the no flip zone. And because of that reason, I'm going to take the high road this week. So if you hadn't already known, a couple weeks ago, Funko premiered Making Fun, the Story of Funko, which is a documentary. They premiered it at the TCL Chinese theaters in LA, and it was a huge turnout. They had a lot of celebrities there, mainly people that are associated with Funko Pop in some way, like the comic book men. And they had, of course, all of the higher ups at Funko, Brian and company there to roll out this. And they announced at the event that this was more of a director's cut. It was an early release. So it may not be the same as what comes out when they release it on Blu-ray, DVD, or in theaters, where however they distribute it. But they did an awesome thing there too. Everyone who attended received a special edition Freddie Funko that was director Freddie Funko. A current, I always mess up on this word. A commemorative ticket, a gold coin, and a set of 3 pins. That was in this little awesome box. And we don't know if they're going to re-release this when they push this out on Blu-ray or DVD for the fans, or they're going to put it on the pop shop or wherever they have it. Maybe it'll be at the pop-up shop at San Diego Comic-Con. But it was just really awesome. It was a really cool thing. And the movie itself was supposed to highlight the documentary better, what Funko is about, where they came from, their origins to where they are now, and this total phenomenon they've become. But it really highlights the fan. And a lot of people that I know that went, it turned into just a real thank you to the Funko collectors, and it highlighted collectors all throughout the documentary. So that was really awesome to see. And if you know anything, at the bottom of the barrel, when you take away all the fancy stardom, the everything that Funko's become, they really appreciate their fans. And they're one of the only companies I know, as far as collectibles are concerned, they have this huge event, the Funko Fun Days, where they're literally giving people things that they could turn around and sell, and some do, for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on eBay for free. So as I said before, hopefully when they release this on Blu-ray, DVD, maybe they do like a combo that we've seen before with a pocket pop or something special that they give out to the fans. I'm sure maybe the Director Freddy, or a subset of that, maybe a pocket pop Director Freddy. So look to see that in the future, an opportunity to purchase it. I heard it was a grand success and really a true tribute to the fans. So thank you, Funko, for even putting that on. So as we mentioned last week, we rolled out a ton of announcements, and we're back this week to sort of break everything down. So I'm going to start with thanking everyone for being part of the Cost Plus shipping. You made it a great success. It's always a fun event to do, and we really enjoy the support of the fans. Our next live Cost Plus shipping event, which will be focused on movies, is the 24th of February, 2018. Okay. 2018, starting at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have an event set up on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Pop Collectors Alliance. Always go there and follow us and sign up for updates if you know how to do that. We're going to put a video out to help out the fans to do that, because some of our updates aren't getting to everybody, and it's kind of annoying, especially the people that we want to see everything. So again, next live Cost Plus shipping event will be movies themed, and it'll be the 24th of February, starting at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. More exciting news. We can finally announce the live Pop Swap event. It's live. We'll be there. I don't know if we'll cut an episode or do some interviews or something there, but anyways, the Pop Collectors Alliance will be at a Pop Swap. We will have the details on our Facebook page for you to go there. I'm not going to read the address or anything, but it's basically in Arlington, Texas. It'll be February 24th, also earlier that day. So we got that all day. And then we get the Cost Plus shipping in the evening. So maybe we can get some good pop at this Pop Swap and put it into our event. So that event will be from 12 to 5 p.m. Tons of raffles, giveaways. You can meet and greet, talk to us. Lots of good pop at every Pop Swap that's there. Tons of grails at this event. We'll put that event on our Facebook page too. It's at a local church there. It's kind of a small time feel. So if you're in the local Dallas-Fort Worth area and you listen to the podcast, check our Facebook page and come out and see us. And the good news is every raffle, I think there's a small amount of money that you buy for the raffles. All of that money goes to the church and the local community. They do a lot of great things there, and they're just gracious enough to let this Pop Swap happen there. It's been there for a few years now, and we really thank the local community for doing that. So February 24th, 12 to 5 p.m. Check out the details on our Facebook page.
I was thinking we could probably, maybe we could do a little live stream of wherever we're going to be sitting at. I don't know if we're going to have a booth or something like that, but if we do, we can always set up a live stream just so people can watch, and we can chat with people online too at the same time.
Yeah,
That might
maybe
be fun.
find some stuff for other people as well, right? If they're looking for something.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
look for an update on that. Maybe we'll get something set up there. That is an exciting event, and I'm very glad that we've been able to sponsor it and get some goodies to give out to everyone who can make it there. Patreon. We mentioned Patreon last week. We said we can find unique ways to support the podcast, and if you don't, that's fine. Listen to the podcast, enjoy it. That's what we want. That's what we're here for. But if you can, we'd appreciate it. And a unique avenue to do that is on Patreon. So if you don't know about Patreon, Patreon is a substitute for us going out and getting advertisers or generating revenue that way. We're generating revenue from the fans and income. And just so everybody knows, before we even get into the award structure or where we're at, this money is going back to the community. I will put something on our website that shows you the amount of money we take in every month, what we spend it on, and how it's put back into the community. So there is 100% transparency. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is dedicated to giving back to the community in every specific way. And if there's anything that's taken to the podcast, it's just to offset costs maybe of us driving around and doing these events, because Piper and myself are located roughly, what do you say, like 90 miles away from each other?
Yeah, about hour and a half. Or no, I say that, but every time you come down to my house, it takes you 4 hours to get here.
Well, the traffic is so bad up here, especially on 35. But yeah, that driving and going back and forth, maybe something like that. But everything will be documented so you can see it. Transparency is the key to this. So Patreon allows you to support us. We've thought, well, how can we set up a structure that benefits the fans? And you can agree with me or disagree with me, Piper, but I think you're going to agree and say that we've come up with a unique structure to reward fans truly for giving back to the podcast.
It is hands down the best Patreon that you could back. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be another like podcast or YouTube man or something like that. No, this is the best Patreon. You should be giving to this. And tell your mom. Your mom needs to give us money on Patreon too.
The best podcast on Patreon reward system ever. Period. Ever.
Just anything on Patreon.
It's huge. All right. For $1, that's $1 per month.
I will punch you in the face.
No.
You just have to drive to my house.
We've lost everyone now. Everyone just stopped the podcast right there.
No money.
I'm not getting punched in the face.
All right.
For $1, we will name you as a Patreon sponsor on our website. Our Patreon page you will have access to everything that we put on Patreon, and we'll mention you on the podcast. A big thank you and shout out to that. That's $1 per month. Now $12 a year. I'll give you the whole amount, because sometimes people are like confused of some podcasts do it per episode, but we're doing this per month. So $1 a month, $12 a year. You get your name on our website as a Patreon supporter. You get Patreon page access and mention live on the podcast. We're doing it live for $2 a month. That's $24 a year. Patreon only updates, and that's probably in the form of videos or maybe a brief audio file or something we put out there that we want to get out. And then you'll have access to a monthly Q&A that we're going to do with fans. So that's, you can ask us anything about pop, anything about hunting, anything you want. We're going to do it. It'll be like 1 or 2 hours per month. You'll have access to do that. And you'll also, with Patreon, I didn't mention before, every tier that you're on, if you're on the $2 tier, you also get the $2 and the $1 tier. So just think about that. Every tier you go up, you get everything below it. For the $5 tier, that's $5 a month or $60 a year. You get a t-shirt of your choosing. I guess we're going to do whatever t-shirt we have on the website that you want. You can send us and we'll get you a t-shirt of your choosing. Stickers for the podcast, early access to all of our content that we put on Patreon or out there. You'll get a special early access to all of that content and everything on the reward tier above that. The $10 tier, you get our outtakes. And let me tell you, we have outtakes.
There's a lot of mess ups.
Yeah, there's a lot of mess ups, a lot of fun and terrible outtakes, primarily by me, because I run my mouth all the time. I'm always stepping over Piper or saying something stupid. But
you also have trouble reading English.
Yes. English is not my first. No, it is my first language, but I'm just not that smart. You get a mug. So you get the outtakes, you get a Pop Collectors Alliance mug, and you get a special single pop mystery box biannually. That's twice a year. So you get something a little mystery box in the year, and everything above it, all the tiers below it, you get all that. That's a pretty good deal for $10 a month or $120 a year. For $15 a month or $180 a year. Man, I can do math, but man, I can't read. 2 medium mystery boxes. Now when you get to these tiers, if you get a medium mystery box, you don't get the single pop boxes. The medium mystery boxes replace the small. It'll come with 3 pop and extra goodies that we throw in there. That is biannually as well. You'll get a copy of what we're about to announce that you didn't know, but it's very exciting for us. A copy of the Pop Collectors Alliance Pop Hunting Field Guide. And if you listen to these 10 episodes that we put out so far, we've been collecting for a long time. We've compiled all of this information in our Finder series. Piper has been writing great articles. He put out the Brickseek article already on the website. He has more that he's lining up. And all of that content is going to be compiled in this Pop Hunters Field Guide. And with that, we're going to release it around July, August time of this year. So you'll get that for free. That's included, which it's really going to be awesome. You're going to have all of the Finder series in there. And I'm just mentioning some of the stuff that's going to be in it. The Brickseek article that we have, we're going to do an article on mystery minis, hunting, and tips and tricks on that. The Field Hunters Toolkit that you want, what tools of the trade that are going to help you in maximizing things and protecting your pop, and all kinds of stuff that is going to be in there. And the $25 tier. Now, $25 is, do the math, that is $300 a year, right? $300 a year. Might sound a lot, but man, you get so much stuff for this. You get 2 large boxes biannually. Now, this is 5 pops, but the good thing here is you're guaranteed a grail in one of those boxes. And we're going to have to put a cap on this. We can't just have everybody. We want you to do this, but maybe there's a cap in the middle here. We haven't finalized that yet, but man, 2 large pop boxes with 5 boxes, guaranteed 1 grail in those 10 pops that you get a year. Priority access to all of our live events. And that includes like getting extra entries into mystery drawings that we do or giveaways at the end, extra entries into some of the grail drawings we do at Cost Plus Shipping, and 1 guest spot on the podcast if you choose. That means you come on with us. We set up a time. You can introduce the show. You can talk about your collection and the collector series. You choose. 1 time per year, you come on the show and you talk about something. Maybe we can do like a collector spotlight or something if you want to do that. And you get everything else. The only thing I want to mention is that if you get in the top 3 tiers, the $10, $15, or $25 tiers, whatever pop mystery box you get replaces it. And these aren't going to be terrible mystery boxes. If you know anything about us, when we do Cost Plus Shipping, we put good value items out there, hard to find or vaulted items. So these boxes will be packed full of stuff that you're going to love. I can promise you that.
Again, guys, you have to remember that what we do here, it costs a lot of money, a lot of our own money, and it costs a lot of our time. And this is in no way us trying to be like, we just want to do this and we want you to pay for us to do this. No, this is all about helping us bring just content to you guys that's going to be as high quality as we can produce. Even if you were to come and just do the $1, that would be awesome. You know, that's better than we are doing currently. So any of these options would be amazing, and you're going to get some awesome stuff out of it. And this isn't the only stuff that is going to be available to our patrons. We are going to regularly roll out new features, new rewards to people. So you're not just going to be, okay, this is it and this is the end. We have some cool stuff we're not going to announce right now, but trust me, it is absolutely worth it. We have a lot of things that we have already planned to roll out. So this is not the only things that you will get as a patron. We will have new things coming out all the time.
And I think Piper hit on something there, is that we are not asking you to give us money in the sense of saying, hey, give us money so we make money. That's why it's unique.
No, we have jobs. We have real jobs other than this. This is not our replace for employment.
Yeah, and if the podcast and this community gets so big that it takes up a lot of our time, then we can reassess. But right now we're having fun. And if you don't want to support us on Patreon, we're not going to take offense to it. I mean, this is just an opportunity if you want to support us and grow, scale this to a larger scale so that we can get bigger and better things at cost plus shipping. We can give you guys things for supporting us in return. That's all this is for. And it's a unique way that we don't have to go out and say, hey, go buy pop from this guy because they pay us. I don't want to do that unless I can fully say that it's someone I know that doesn't flip pop, or it's someone that I know that really supports the community. So in lieu of doing any of that, this is a unique way to do it. And we'll have our Patreon site up. Hopefully by the 24th, we'll announce it at the live cost plus shipping event. And you can go and visit there and see all the rewards tiers. So it'll be a great opportunity to do it.
If you want to be notified when we have more information about our Patreon, like the exact tiers and just anything like that, feel free to send us an email at info@popcollectorsalliance.com, and I will add you to the mailing list, and I will shoot out everyone a little update email as we get more information. So that way you don't have to worry if you do want to support us, because I know there's a lot of people that have asked about how can we help support the podcast. So if you're one of those people that wants to stay in the loop and you want to join us on Patreon, just email me at info@popcollectorsalliance, and I will get you on the list, and you will get information as soon as it comes out.
Also, if you want to send anything else, if you want to donate in general to the show, we have a way that you can support it on our page. There's t-shirts up there that all go to supporting the podcast. And then also, we have a PO box that you can send anything that you want given away or something you just want to give back to the community. We're not keeping any of it. We're giving it back to the community. That is at PO Box 150490, Fort Worth, Texas 76108. Again, Pop Collectors Alliance, PO Box 150490, Fort Worth, Texas 76108. And before we move any further, I just really want to say thank you to the community. And if you choose none of these options, listen to us still. This is not a money grab for us. We really appreciate you supporting it. We really appreciate everyone that's been at these cost plus shipping events. We've got the stuff out there and we've seen so much positive feedback, and that's what we're here for. So thank you guys again.
Also, we're sorry that this episode turned into an infomercial.
That's yeah, that too. But
we have to get the information out. That's all this is.
Exactly.
We're sharing.
Yeah, this episode we're just pushing it out there, and we're covering Books a Million anyway, so no one cares. No, I'm joking. But this was
nobody cares about that.
But this was a great opportunity to just put that out there, so we're not putting it out all the time. We can explain it to you once and then point you in the direction of the page. So we just really were happy with the reward tiers and how they came out and what that means to us giving back to the community. So thank you again for your support and your continued support. Again, facebook.com/Pop Collectors Alliance. We've been updating a whole bunch of stuff there on our Facebook page. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Pop Alliance Pod. Or always, as Piper said before, email us at info@popcollectorsalliance.com and check out our website, popcollectorsalliance.com, for all that good information there. Breathe. And then the last thing we announced last week, I don't know if this is going to be something that we are able to do this year. It's just a unique idea that I came up with because last year I had so much fun at San Diego Comic-Con. I went there without a ticket, and I was lucky enough that a couple of friends of mine were there, and they just let me experience the outside and showed me, around the area and everything that you can do. So even if you don't have a San Diego Comic-Con ticket, you can join us on the Pop Collectors Alliance SDCC 2018 excursion if this happens. Now, what we need you to do is email us if you're interested for more details, because I'm sort of hashing out the options that we have if we go Airbnb and share a big house together, as long as you're not an axe murderer. If you're an axe murderer, don't contact us.
Just stay away, please.
Just stay away. But if you're not an axe murderer and you want to collect pop at San Diego Comic-Con, there are so many opportunities to do it. There's the pop-up shop. There's Conan, the pops that they put out there. There's also those one or twos that they throw out there at the HBO experience. We're going to try to get the Funko Fun Days going on. We're going to have a special live event for that for Patreon subscribers or people that are serious about doing this, the 2018 excursion to San Diego Comic-Con. So info@popcollectorsalliance.com if you're interested in joining us on that trip. And we're going to try to make it as affordable as possible to be in that area. So it's not going to be like, oh, I got to spend $5,000 to get there, or $3,000 or $2,000. We're going to try. I'm shooting for everything under $1,000 and as much under $1,000 as I can get. So contact us for the details. So back to ending the infomercial and the nitty gritty of the podcast, our Finder series, Books A Million. And I threw PX Preview exclusives in there this week. Not a lot of detail on PX Preview exclusives, but I've got a little bit of information that I'm going to get to. So as always, disclaimer, our ratings are based on our experiences, the experiences of our friends in the collector community, or experiences that we read from blogs, forums, or other social media. This does not mean we're saying that all BAM employees or stores or layouts are terrible or great, or everyone is just awful at those stores. We are just saying that this is based on our experiences, and everyone's experience is their own. So with that, I'll take the first pro. BAM, as it's known, Books A Million, BAM, 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 has a large selection dedicated to Funko products, and it's always easy to locate in the stores for their main collection set. So you can always tell where their main set of collections are, and it's one of the larger selections of mystery minis that I've been to in a store. Most of the stores I have, and they have sets from Game of Thrones Series 1 all the way up to, the latest Rick and Morty. So they really have a good selection there.
BAM has great exclusives. With the exception of the occasional 2-pack common exclusive, they do a great job of having an above-average selection.
Game of Thrones, Hagar, the Faceless Man, that guy was a great convention exclusive, but still, he was really exclusive. One of the most exclusive pops from the New York City Comic-Con, and it was at BAM.
Wait, Jacqueline
Hagar. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Faceless Man.
I never got him, and I was very upset because I forgot about that pop.
Well, I got him, and then they canceled my order.
So, they came to your house and removed him from your house?
No.
Like, it was CPS was like, give us our pop back, and we need to take it to HBO.
No, mine was like, it was like this. It was, hey, congratulations, you on ordering this. We will process your order and give you shipping notice. 30 seconds later, we're sad to inform you that we cannot complete your order because we oversold everything by 50,000 units.
50,000?
I don't know, but it had to be something like that, because you have to think the shared exclusives of those are probably at most maybe 5,000, right? And it was up for like 5 hours, and people were just buying that because it's just an awesome pop. So
yeah,
HBO did come to my house and take it. That's the true story. Sorry.
They stole your baby from you.
Convention exclusives are above average, speaking of what we said, and more on the rare side, just like we just said. So I just beat a dead horse there.
That horse is so dead.
It is dead. Deader than dead.
Their online store is easy to navigate, and they rate above average marks for allowing an easy way to pre-order for BAM exclusives.
Yeah, I like this here too. They've really improved their page. It was terrible before. It was kind of like the FYE page where they have a ton of pop that aren't even pictured, and they're just like, figure it out, bro. Pop 9111. What? Wait a second. What is that?
They don't even have the name. They just have the UPC code up.
Yeah, and they do with their exclusives. They have like a little red circle on them now, and they promote them before they promote anything else. So you typically see everything at the top of the page. They do an excellent job of doing that now. Great membership reward program here. Not as good as Barnes & Noble, but it's a close second. And any time that you get a rewards membership that allows free shipping on online orders, it's worth its weight in gold, people. I'm telling you. Funko, when you buy from the Funko shop, it's $6.95 every time you order something. And shipping prices are not going down, people, in case you haven't noticed. They are going up.
They just actually went up.
Yeah. What was it, like January 18th?
Yeah, I think it was like $1. It's about $1 is what I've seen. It sucks.
Yeah, so if you order 3 orders, you've already paid for your membership reward program. I think it's $20 or $25 there. So really good on that end. So standing ovation for the pros. Now everyone's least favorite section, the cons. Sorry, guys. Got to do it. Employees are often unfamiliar with Funko products, which often result in damaged merchandise and the lack of ability to locate their inventory. Now, this is, to me, I shake my head every time. Every time you freaking go into a BAM, there's the whole first row that's facing the customers on a shelf or on a display set, and it's all dinged corners and torn corners and bent displays. But then you dig down deeper and they're like, oh, well, that's the one that they haven't knocked off 4,000 times.
The website crashes constantly during high traffic periods, such as conventions, which this is not exclusive to BAM, but it is a issue.
Yeah, con. And last time you could probably add to that, they oversell their stuff, but hopefully they fix that. That's a one-time event that I've noticed. Funko displays are disorganized and clumsy. Exclusives and chases are mixed throughout displays. The product is not always centrally located and requires a thorough hunt. This also could be a good thing. So I would say it's a quasi-con.
You know, I had never been inside of Books A Million until I took my last recent trip to Ohio. And we decided to go around and look in Books A Million. And there is pop in like 17 different places in the store.
Exactly.
And none of it made no sense. At least at like Barnes and Noble, they'll have it in a bunch of places, but it'll be like, okay, here's Harry Potter and here's Star Wars. No, it was like, hey, here's a bunch of blue pops. and
here's a Smurf pop.
These are all the dirty ones. These have people in them, and those are animals. It's like, where? How am I supposed to find anything?
Yeah, they do a good job of putting that main display set on there, but then they're like, oh wait, we ran out of room. What do we do? Okay, we're gonna take all these Wonder Woman pops and we're gonna put them over in the Tolkien section because she's ancient and that's ancient, and maybe they exist in the universe together. I don't know. I feel that too. It's random. I always say it is the most thorough hunt that you have to prepare yourself for. It can be very time demanding, or whatever the word is for it.
Frustrating.
Yeah. Frustrating is the word too.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Their inventory system is subpar, forcing you to call locations and hope that employees can locate merchandise, which they can't. They can't.
Yeah, they can't. Because they're like, wait a second, did we put the Wonder Woman in Tolkien, or did we actually put the Wonder Woman in the children's section? No.
Actually, we decided to store it in the dumpster.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
back.
exactly.
So you have to go into the alley.
And then we didn't put her there. We put her in the alley, and we actually put Pennywise the clown in the children's section because he's a clown.
We thought that made sense. It's because all the people that works in Books A Million, they're high all the time. All the time.
Again, disclaimer, these ratings are based on our experience.
Our experiences. My one experience with Books A Million, there was a lot of people that looked like they were really high.
Hey, you know what?
What?
Limited amount of locations for the store. And that number could be growing.
I don't have one. Actually, I lied to you. I do have Books A Million, but you know what it is? It's a Books A Million warehouse where they just have they have a bunch of dumpsters full of books.
Oh my gosh, you have a Books A Million warehouse and you have Half Price Books warehouse?
Yes.
So basically you're saying your town is full of warehouses full of books that people have used and thrown away.
Yeah, just dumpsters.
They just hire hunters, dumpster divers, like go through the city and whatever books you can get out of the garbage, bring back here.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, I mean, that concludes the cons. So with that, I tried to level this and say 5 and 5, but really I kind of think I stretched on the pros for this store. The big thing here is that they don't take care of pop very well at all. And they don't do a good job of helping out collectors at all, which, you know, we're a pop collecting show, so you get it. You know what I mean? BAM has made great efforts to expand their Funko collection and offer collectors a product that is available for pre-order online. They have a great selection of pop and above average exclusives, but all this falls, and I'm telling you, it falls well short of their competition, which I would say is Barnes & Noble. With non-existent inventory system, clumsy store layouts, and pop shoved every nook, cranny, corner, dress, shirt, wherever you can put it in the store, and a website that cannot handle traffic. BAM scores a 5.5 out of 10. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And that's us being generous.
I don't even know why I put that in
Was
there.
it a monkey or a cat
That
you
was
stepped
a
on?
that was a scream. And if you hear this,
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
that means your store near you is closed.
It's just closed.
And that's unfortunately they downsized. I think they've coming back with resurgence because they've limited their overhead and people are going back into bookstores now. It's actually been a unique uptick in some certain areas for that, so that's cool. So good luck, BAM. But you score a 5.5 out of 10 for us. Books A Million and PX Previews exclusives. Where do we find them? Now, like we always say, store layouts often vary. And for Books A Million, this could be a mall or shopping center or a strip mall. And every layout's different there. But most stores have a centralized dedicated pop section that is easy to locate. However, individual pops can be, as we said before, thrown on the floor, kicked under tables, or put in ceiling fans.
Chopper style. Most Funko displays are not managed well, and often new product pushes older product to the back or bottom of the display. BAM is going to be the most time-extensive hunt out there, so you need to be prepared to dig. Don't give up if you don't see what you're looking for on the shelves. Go through everything. Just because you don't see it on the surface doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Mystery minis, plush, and small numbers of pop are often located near or around the registers, with some exclusives or convention exclusives being located even behind the counter. And we say this with a lot of stores too, but that is the case here as well. PX Previews, I wanted to cover this section, and this is kind of where I threw it in. If you don't know what PX Previews are, PX Previews is a magazine or comic type magazine they push out to comic book stores that let them know what's coming out in the future. And it's distributed through Diamond Comics. I think that's the name of the company. But if you're a comic book store and you can order through them, you're also able to order the PX Preview exclusive pop, and you can get it there. The only exception of that being with FYE, and I put in parentheses here, we should have done this with the FYE episode. Thank you, you moron, Rick, but we didn't. So I would suggest, though, that you buy them at your local comic shop to support small businesses because it really means a lot to them, and there's more leeway because FYE is just going to order a whole bunch of them.
You know, when Hastings, if anybody had a Hastings around them, they also carried PX Previews.
And now if you call Hastings,
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
You don't have to rub it in, dude. You know, that was my favorite store.
it was such a good store.
Anytime I needed to buy anybody like a birthday gift, that is my like go-to because I could find something just like perfect for that person or just completely off the wall.
Yeah, I could find them a blender or a foot massaging roller or a pop. There you go.
And a Wolverine head.
It's like Nebraska Furniture Mart. It's like it just has everything there. Nebraska Furniture Mart is the ultimate store. If you know how to, if you have one near you, it is an amazing store with an amazing story if you look into the history of it. But yes, it's one of those stores. It's like the end all be all. You go into it and you can just find whatever you want. What was it on Parks and Rec that he always went to the store? It was like meat and things or something. Or things and stuff. I forget.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, Ron would always go into it. I can't think of what it's called, but yeah, I know exactly. Kind of reminds me of like Buc-ee's gas stations.
Exactly.
It's just like everything. You want some jerky or you want a chair? You can get them both.
I'm gonna buy this hammer and these steaks. That's what he does in the show. And if you guys know,
making hamburgers.
if you guys know what the thing is called. I want to say like meat and things or something, but yeah, hit us up at Pop Alliance Pod on Twitter, Instagram, or our Facebook page, facebook.com/Pop Collectors Alliance. Books A Million hunting tips. Everybody's favorite time. Hunting tip number 1. Most stores have a unique selection of pop, and they don't always do a great job of rotating their product, as we said before, on displays or shelves. So dig, dig, dig. And I have that written down just like that. It is important to complete a thorough search in these stores. It's going to be a time-consuming hunt here. You have to prepare yourself. But man, I have found chases personally that have been at the bottom of the display. So dig, damn it, dig.
Bring a sandwich. That's next tip. No, next tip. Yes. You can buy a sandwich there, so you don't have to worry about that. You need to make sure that you pre-order. And on my notes, it says I must say pre-order, pre-order, pre-order. Often BAM doesn't receive tons of their exclusives in store. So when available, you need to pre-order them. With a membership, you get free shipping anyways. So there is limited costs involved.
Exactly. I can't say that anymore. If you're comfortable with pre-ordering, I know people are just like, I don't like it because I could get damaged pop. I understand. I'm not complaining about you. But if you're not one of those people, you just said those people. But if you're not one of those people, this is a good option for you. Expert hunting tip number 1. This is what I said something before. Check behind the counters, y'all. Often employees keep exclusives behind the counter, and it can be frustrating, but they do that as a mechanism to say, I've got to stock it. So they'll take their little cart and they'll push it up to the front, and then they've got to work the counter too because they're stocking that and they're working the counter. So a lot of times you can just run up to the front of the store and they have new stock on a cart somewhere, or you can just ask them directly. And that's the only expert tip we're going to give you.
Got to go to the website for the other one.
And the other one,
or two, the other two.
Yeah, the other two. The other two, there is one PX Previews exclusive in there. I think is a really good tip. It's one that actually I was told by other people, and because I order Funko myself, I was like, man, why didn't I think about that? I can't order PX Previews exclusives, but I was like, man, if you do this, it would be so much easier. So check it out on our website, popcollectorsalliance.com, or in your show notes on your iPhone or whatever device you're listening to us there. Books A Million, where are the deals? Like we said earlier, there's not a ton of deals here. They put stuff on clearance from time to time, rotating their stock in and out. And they're mostly just priced as is, like a typical pop would be. I forget what they're priced there at Books A Million. So you're not going to get a ton of discounts. But I always recommend getting a membership card from BAM to save on your in-store purchases like Barnes & Noble. So that has been our Finder series for Books A Million and PX Previews exclusives. Tell us what you think on Twitter and Instagram at Pop Alliance Pod, or our Facebook page at facebook.com/PopCollectorsAlliance. Our collector story of the week, and we finally have a true collector story of the week. And boy,
someone emailed us.
I know it's truly amazing. I was like, oh, is it real? Because Piper sent me the email. I was like, it's real. It's real. Santa Claus is real. It's a Grail story, so it's really awesome to me. For the sake of the person's identity, I will only use their first name. So Derek, thank you for emailing us. And if anyone else out there wants to email us your pop collector story and be featured on the collector story of the week, please do so. And in my show notes, I was like, oh, woohoo! Thanks for the email. So thank you, Derek. So Derek comes to us with this great Grail story, and I'm just going to read it straight out of the email. Hey guys, I'm a huge fan of Disney Pops, and I am always on the hunt for Disney characters. Most recently, I was searching for Chernabog, and if I say that wrong, I am so sorry. But is it Chernabog? Let's get fancy.
I think it's Chernabog. I think you're good there.
We're going to go with Chernabog, a character from Fantasia. It's the demon-looking character, and if you know anything, it's like over $100 for that Grail and like $800 for the metallic Mickey Fantasia 2-pack. I looked far and wide on the internet. Not a fan of those eBay prices. Neither am I. And I did a fair share of driving from shop to shop, as we always do looking for Grails. I suddenly stumbled across a Chrono Toys in El Monte. And I don't know what Chrono Toys is, but it's in California, El Monte, California. Shout out to you guys out there. After searching the entire shop, 2 stories worth, I was on my way out to purchase a Captain Jack Sparrow. And right when I was paying, I had noticed that an employee was bringing in 2 boxes from the van and had oddly placed them on the floor next to my feet. Curiously, I asked the employee if I could take a peek inside of the boxes. I figured that they would just be newly released Common Pops, but something told me to trust my gut. And if you know anything about the Pop Collectors Alliance, if there is boxes anywhere, you be checking them. Big time. So kudos on you, Derek, for that. I opened the first box and had found several Pops that were vaulted or chase editions. I opened the second box, and sure enough, Chernabog was calling my name from the upper left corner of the box. Standing ovation for you. That's a huge find. Excitingly, I asked the employee if I could purchase Chernabog, and he told me absolutely, and they negotiated a price on the Pop. A few days later, I end up seeing the pops that I saw in the discreet boxes days earlier on their shelves/website for sale. Knowing that I got Chernobog and it never made it to the shelf or their website made me proud of this find. Moral of the story, if you see a box an employee brings in or one sitting near the cash register, always ask if you can check it out and see what's in the box. You never know.
Or don't ask. Just grab it and look in there. Pull things out.
Or just run.
Like that little girl did to you at Fan Expo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. That was terrible. Or just walk in there, look for it. Was that Fan Expo? No, that was Tampa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was down in Tampa, and this girl walks into the booth and just starts taking stuff like in boxes. And I'm like, hey, wait. So
please stop. Don't do that.
And then he thanks us for all that we do. But thank you, Derek. That was an awesome story. And man, it's super exciting to go somewhere and find a grail. Now, I have a couple of stories of people that go out and find like the Tom Cruise pop that was for what was The Mummy, and it's worth like $400 because he didn't like his image or something. But it's just so freaking awesome that you can find a grail like this. And we appreciate, Derek, you telling us your story and sharing it with everyone else. And like we say on the Pop Collectors Alliance, always check those boxes around there. And Derek hadn't even listened to us before that, and he knew to check it, so he's smart. So good on you, Derek. And if you guys are out there and you see boxes anywhere around the register and you see a glimpse of a pop in that box, grab it and run out of no, I'm joking.
It's yours now. That's the rules of the Pop Collectors Alliance. If you see it and you touch it, it's yours.
Oh, you put this by my feet? Thank you. And just walk out. Sir.
I can't hear you. I'm part of the Pop Collectors Alliance.
That's what they told me. Don't do that.
We're an evil band of like rare toy thieves. Yeah, Pop Collectors Alliance.
Yeah, the no flip zone. Yeah, and then we'd start giving out motorcycle jackets with patches on the back. Everybody's like,
just really angry, like Freddy Funko with an eye patch on it.
It's like, welcome to Eyewitness News. Stories popping up all over the city of a rival gang called the Pop Collectors Alliance, robbing comic book stores, Fies, Books A Millions, Barnes and Nobles everywhere. Employees, stores are catching on fire. Wait.
But they getting their pops.
But we're getting our pops. Now we're going to interview Jim, who's part of the Pop Collectors Alliance. Hey, y'all, what y'all doing? I got me some pops here. Anyways.
They ain't for sale.
They ain't for sale. If they is, I'm going to charge you $500 for this box. What's in the box, sir? It's 6 common... it's 6...
Headless Olafs.
Yeah, 6 common Olafs. They're heirs. Their heads have been removed.
By me. I aired them out.
Pop Collectors Alliance hearts. No flip zone.
Bop, bop, bop. And he just like busts through the window.
Yeah, it runs out.
That needs to be animated.
Yes, there you go. If you're an
If anyone is an animator, please contact us so that we can make a little short.
We need to go to Fiverr. It's like, hey, I keep seeing Fiverr's ads on my YouTube videos, and they're like, oh, you need an animation? Just come to Fiverr. Like, what person does an animation for $5? It's going to be 2 seconds.
It's going to be the best animation ever. Wait, you don't know. Your $5 may go a long way wherever that person lives.
Oh, okay. An island in the Pacific.
It's just with this one guy and his laptop.
And a coconut tree and a hammock. And he's
That's
like,
it. Dude, I want that life.
And he makes money from me and has nowhere to spend it.
He doesn't need money because he just talks to the birds and eats coconut.
Yeah, there you go. So good for him.
That's all that Fiverr is. It's just that guy.
Yeah, it's like, congratulations, we have completed your $5 animation from Fiverr. And then you had written like a 2-page script, and it's like, hi, my name's Rick. Oh, the end. It just like fades the buck.
It's stick figures.
If you would like to finish your video, that will be $7,891. Wait, did I just get baited?
Can I get a refund? Where's that button?
Anyways, so we're going to close out this week with upcoming releases, sort of the collector's corner. Not a lot. There's some stuff out there on the internet. Maybe we'll post it on our Facebook page for Emerald City Comic Con, also known as ECCC to the E15th power. They're releasing a whole bunch of stuff. And if you are going, I will be there. Piper will not. Hashtag Piper's not going to
Emerald City.
Emerald City t-shirt.
Just so everybody knows, I did make a shirt because I believe at the last Cost Plus Shipping, I made a comment about it, and then there was at least 3 people that were like, "Okay, here we go." they were anticipating the argument. So
it was only mentioned like 12 times.
I know. So I made a shirt. It's on the website if you want to buy it. It just says Piper isn't going to Emerald City,
and it's got the Space Needle with a beard on it.
Yeah. Oh, and it has the website address on the bottom. So anyway, back to what's coming out.
If you're going, meet me there. Hit me up, info@popcollectorsalliance.com. I'll get that email. We can set something up. We can go chill, hang out, as long as you're not an axe murderer. You're not going to stay in my hotel room, but we can hang out and become friends, talk about our collections. Maybe we can get an interview from you. But also, if you're going and you're going to get Funko, there is a lottery from the Emerald City Comic Con. You can go to the Emerald City Comic Con page, and then I think it's like /Funko lottery or something, but just search Funko lottery on there. It comes up in the Google search. And Monday, February 5th, I think it opens at 12 p.m. and it closes at 11:59 p.m. on Monday. If you're not entered for that lottery, you're not going to get there. And I prefer this. Hopefully I win. If not, then I'll just steal one of your tickets when I meet you and get in there anyways. But remember to enter that lottery. And then we'll put some pictures up on our Facebook page of some of those releases for the Emerald City Comic Con. I am stoked to be there, and I would love to meet some of the fans out there. So if you're in the Washington area, I know we have a couple people up there. Come out and see me at ECCC to the BDECC. Again, everyone, thank you so much for your support. Our next live Cost Plus Shipping event will be February 24th, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I've got a lot of good things for this event. It's going to be turn up the notch from the second event a little bit, so you will definitely enjoy what you have at the second live Cost Plus Shipping event, February 24th, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to know anything more about Astro Panda Productions and what we do on the podcast network, there are tons of great podcasts. Piper has another podcast that he's a part of. I do and guest on multiple podcasts, but we got a lot of great stuff out there. And you're going to be hearing more advertisements on the show as we move forward. So go to astropandaproductions.com and see what we have to offer there. The last thing I want to plug here is our social media. Like I've done before, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, Pop Alliance Pod, or Facebook, facebook.com/Pop Collectors Alliance. Visit our webpage, popcollectorsalliance.com, or email us there at info@popcollectorsalliance.com.
You can also now go to the website and sign up for our newsletter. So that will be coming out once a week. So basically, new episodes that come out, if any new content that we produce, all that good stuff, it will be in the newsletter. So if you want to stay abreast of all of the goodness that is going on, make sure that you sign up for that now. We just launched that like yesterday, and we've already had people starting to sign up. So that's really, really good. I'm excited. If there's anything you would like to see in the newsletter, you can also let us know. info@popcollectorsalliance.com. At the Coliseum.
All right, everyone. So thank you very much for tuning into this episode. I know it was a lot of infomercial, but we did get you some good content out there and some funny stuff. I really like this episode. Thank you very much for your continued support. And we are excited for the great and bright future ahead at the Pop Collectors Alliance. And remember, every time you listen to this podcast, you are entering the no flip zone. And until next time, my friends, I'm Rick. And
I'm Piper.
He's Piper, the beard, the one and only beard of authority, Mr. Piper. Good night.
Night.
We love you.